very warm welcome to you. It's great to have you here with me on a Wednesday night, especially as we are joined by a very special guest. Yes, he is currently the musical director of the Carole King musical, Beautiful, and his name is Dan de Cruz, and here is what happened when I caught up with him. Dan, it's great to have you here on the show. How are you?
Really well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a lovely sunny day, so I've been enjoying the sun.
It makes a change, doesn't it, Dan? I can't do the rain
certainly
and the wind.
does.
I can't do it.
Well, when you're inside in a theatre, it doesn't matter so much. So
Exactly. But I really wanted to get you on the show because I am probably the biggest Carole King fan. I've seen Beautiful, the musical. I think I might have seen it 3 times, actually, I have to admit. And it's just one of my favourite shows. I know it's coming to my hometown, which I'm really pretty excited about. But you are the musical director for Carole King, the Beautiful musical tour, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a new production, so you've seen 3 of it before, but we're doing a new version of it, a new reimagining.
So what's a little bit different then? Give us the goss.
So probably the biggest thing is that everyone's an acting musician. So all the instruments are played live on stage, as opposed to having sort of a pit band and then the actors on the stage.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's completely different. I'm looking forward to seeing this. But I mean, the songs are just incredible. We're going to play some of them out on the show today. And I think they are those songs that you just feel like you know them instantly and they just give you that feel-good factor, don't they?
Absolutely. And there's loads that she wrote that you don't realise she wrote. And then you hear them in the show, like, oh my gosh, that's Carole King.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to play out with a medley, but I will be catching up with Dan for more on the other side of this.
Girl, sit yourself down.
Now, I want to rewind how everything started for you, Dan, because have you always been musical? Was it always your dream to be on the stage directing? I want to know everything.
It's been a long journey. I've definitely wanted to do music ever since I was little. I started the piano when I was 4. My dad got bought a piano for his birthday, but I started playing it, and it was kind of my love from then. And I was really, really lucky to have an amazing primary school teacher who kind of spotted that I had something, an enjoyment of music more than anything, I guess. And she gave me piano lessons and then got me involved in a choir, and I really learnt my musical sort of knowledge from there. So I've been playing the piano for a long time now. And then I went on to do a music degree, and I initially wanted to go on to be a musical director, maybe even conduct some orchestras and stuff like that. And then I got the bug for showing off too much. So then I went to drama school.
Which drama school did you go to?
I went to Guildford School of Acting, which now has a very prestigious actor-musician course. But at the time it didn't. So I'm old enough that it was very, very early days for the actor-musician world. And so I did a music degree, and then I did a postgraduate in acting. And I came out and I went into doing the West End and doing some musical theatre without any music involved. And then slowly but surely I got involved in the actor-musician world via Pete Rowe, who is just stepping down as artistic director at the New Wolsey in Ipswich. And I really got into that world there, and I fell in love with it. And I've done a bit of both on my way up, and some Shakespeare and a little bit of short film stuff. But ultimately it's been coming back to the actor musicianship world for me.
So I love it. So there wasn't ever a plan B then? It was always like it was going to be musical theatre, it was going to be acting, it was going to be directing, right?
Yeah, I think so. I want to say so. I think my parents would disagree. They always wanted a plan B, I think.
Yeah, that's a parent thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. But they're really proud of what I'm doing now. And my mum has still been to every single show I've done, including all the kids stuff and everything. So, yeah.
I love your mum on that basis.
We all do. We all love my mum.
We have to give a shout out to your mum. We're going to dedicate a song to your mum. We're going to do it. But no, I think it's really interesting because I sometimes go into colleges and schools and help inspire young children. And, you know, a lot of them want to go away to drama school and want to get into acting and stuff. And things have changed a lot, haven't they? But you've got to have that right mindset. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would. And I think the lockdown and everything has really opened people's minds up to what is available. So like being on the stage or being in front of the camera, behind the camera, isn't just the be all and end all of what we can do with our skills now. I know that I diversified over those 2 years when I couldn't be on stage, and all those things you learn at drama school are utterly transferable skills that you can use in everything, actually. And your communication, your ability to read people, your ability to understand the human nature I think is really useful, whether you're on stage or in this new digital world, and outside of that as well.
Exactly, yeah, it's really important skills. I agree there. Well, we're going to go into the song Beautiful, which we're going to dedicate to your mum, Dan.
Ah, that's lovely.
Here we go, enjoy.
Got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show.
Dan, I want to talk to you about musical directing, because obviously you are on the Beautiful musical tour at the moment. How different is that to performing? Because obviously you've trained in the performing side of things, but how different is it to actually just sit there and direct? Do you want to get involved with it a little bit more, or how does it work?
Well, I mean, the rehearsal process was getting people up and moving and running through the show with them. So that's not too different from musical directing, say, I don't say regular, but one without actor musos. But one of the benefits of being an MD on an actor muso show is you get to play and be on stage as well. So I actually play a couple of little parts, Neil Sedaka and a righteous brother. I am actually playing...
We need to look out for that.
Yeah, check out those cameos. They're blink and you miss them, but they're there. And I get to play on stage with them. So we're all part of the same band. So that's probably the nicest thing about an actor muso, is that feeling of community, that your band are actually the cast, and their feelings for how they're feeling in character will bleed into the way they play the songs. So that's especially in Beautiful, where all the songs are, Carole King playing them or Jerry Goffian playing them. We're working through, so it really comes from the heart of the characters, which is amazing. For the flip side of that is, it's like trying to hold on to 15 horses that want to go in different ways, and it's about being sort of their central pillar, so they've got something to rely on, and you're there bringing people in, making sure that they're all playing at the same tempo. Do you know what I mean? That we're all pulling together in one unified, glorious whole. But it's good for me because it's a bit of both. I get to be on stage and dance around behind a piano, but also really enjoy the love of music, about getting into the nitty gritty and finding the detail and really understanding the music. Yeah.
Because I guess the show is different-ish each night in the sense that anything could go wrong, or there might be a different bit in the show that just might work differently. And do you have a meeting like before the show goes on to go, oh, by the way, when you do this bit, you just change this? I mean, how does it work? Because we don't know as viewers. We're interested. Of course. We want to know it all.
So before every show, basically we have a warm-up just to make sure we're physically warm and vocally warm. And after we've done that, there is a time for what we call notes. We say, oh, yesterday, when you did that, maybe let's try doing it this way instead, or let's make sure we're staying at this tempo. So there's often that, and anyone in the cast will tell you they know the DC eye glares. If they know when they're doing something right or not. They get a good smile and a thumbs up if everything's going right, but otherwise it's a look down the camera for them. They know. They know. Wow. Yeah. Well, quick.
I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that look. Okay.
Neither do they. Let's be fair. So yeah, we do get to give notes almost every day, which is another benefit of being on the show with them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so interesting to hear, because obviously as the viewers we just sit and just see this marvellous show, but it's so interesting to hear what goes on behind it. So thank you for sharing that with us, Dan. We're going to go into I Feel the Earth Move. Love this song, a real favourite here on the show. Enjoy.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
Now, Dan, I want to talk about your performing. I looked at the list of things that you've been in. There's so many, I can't actually read them all out. But my favourites were Kiss Me Kate, Sweet Charity and Beauty and the Beast. Is there a favourite show that you have performed in? That is my big question to you.
Gosh, you mentioned Kiss Me Kate was really wonderful for me. I really enjoyed that. That was at the Watermill Theatre. And that was another actor musicianship show. But it was just... It's fantastic. I mean, it's slightly some slightly dodgy material with Fred spanking Kate at the end of Lily at the end of Act 1, but we flipped it around, so it's very much a tussle between the lovers. So she wasn't the only one that got physically dealt with by the end of Act 1. But the music is amazing. The Cole Porter's music was phenomenal, and the people we worked with were ridiculously talented. I got to hear and play for Rebecca Traherne every night, singing So in Love. And I think it, honestly, I don't know what my heart did every night. It was just beautiful. It was great. So that's definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, definitely. And is there a show in the West End that you would go, actually, I would like to star in that show? Is there one that catches your eye, Dan?
Oh, look, I have to say Hamilton.
Oh, you have to say that.
Because but it is amazing. We went to go and see it, and I was like, there's no way it's going to live up to the hype. Not any way is it going to live up to the hype. And it 100% did. I was almost annoyed, except I had such a good time that I couldn't be. It was brilliant.
I keep trying to win the lottery for that, and I just don't win. I know. No, we just sucked it up and paid silly. Actually, we got it for a relatively decent amount of money, and we were right in the middle of the stall, so that was great. That's impressive. But I think it's just so brilliant that theatre is back. When you see the theatres full and you see people really enjoying it, it literally gives me goosebumps, because I know what you guys have been through in lockdown, and there wasn't much support for theatre, on stage and behind stage. So I just think it must be incredible for you guys to be back. How does it feel? Yeah,
it's amazing. Like it's that connection, isn't it, between the audience and being on stage you don't really get, that we hadn't had for years. And years. And that's so lovely, being able to hear, actual reactions, whatever they may be, or to emote in front of people was amazing. I did this thing called West End Unplugged during the lockdown to raise some money for everyone involved in theatre that was really struggling. I wonder if they might still be on YouTube at the moment. And that was wonderful, seeing some amazing people, genuine stars of the West End, come and give their time, but also connect when we hadn't been doing anything for 6 months by that point. We're all. Yeah, it was a tough time, but now it's nice to see it coming back. It really is, and audiences are being super receptive and really understanding and really having a great time.
We're standing ovation straight away. We're yes, we love you guys, and we love
Never going to have a better crowd,
yeah, exactly. And what's it like for you? Because obviously you're on tour at the moment, and is tour life completely different to the West End? I mean, I don't know. I've never been on tour, so I was just wondering, how that is for you, Dan.
Yeah, it's huge upheaval. I mean, being in the West End ends up being, I don't mean an office job, but a day to day. You get into a really good routine,
right?
And you can almost have a normal life and turn up at your job in the evening or in the afternoon, and everything's the same. With tour life, everything's new. Every week is a new venue, and each venue is a different size. So, you don't... The stage will be different every week. The audience size will be different every week. And so the beginning of every week is doing a tech, sort of getting used to the new stage with all the things that we've done before. So every week is new. You get to find new best restaurants, new best pubs, new fun things to do.
Where's the nearest Nando's?
I can tell you're a Nando's lady. I like it.
I am. I have no shame, Dan. I bring it up on almost every interview. But no, just thinking that you are talking about that. The Mayflower Theatre, where you're coming to, is a massive stage, isn't it? So that must be completely different to the normal stages. So I see what you mean there. And I
mean, we opened in the Curve, which is it's huge. It's like an aircraft hangar. And then we went to Bath, and that's almost the opposite. It's a really tiny, beautifully intimate stage. So Mayflower's going to be quite exciting, I think.
Yeah, it really is. Well, we're going to put details on the screen below of how you can get tickets for Beautiful, the Carole King musical. It's an absolute must-see, and we are going to play out You Make Me Feel. Enjoy.
Looking out on the morning rain.
Now, Dan, we have a quick fire question round for you, because I know that you have not seen these questions in advance.
Not at all.
So anything could happen here on the show. So, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Do I have to have a buzzer?
Okay. We need a buzzer. That's what I need on the show. We need to upgrade. Okay, anyway. First song that you ever purchased?
It was the Bad album. It was Michael Jackson's Bad. MJ, yeah.
And do you still listen to that today? Because I do. Every single
song.
You
can't not. I don't want to. But right up on my wall here is a signed Bad album. I know. It's like a It's a slightly controversial love now, but the music is just phenomenal. And Man in the Mirror.
The music for me.
Man in the Mirror will be forever my song. I love it.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm a big MJ fan. First gig that you ever went to back in the day.
It was back in the day, and it will really date me. I want to say it was something really cool, but I know that the first gig I ever went to was an All Saints gig.
That's cool.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's quite cool because I was more Spice Girls and I thought All Saints people were cooler.
Yeah. Well, there we are. I'll take that. They had a better wardrobe, didn't they, All Saints? I feel.
Yeah, they kind of wore like the low-cut jeans and
they
like
were super cool.
they looked a bit cooler. Yeah. Classic songs once again. Favourite song to perform?
Is that from?
We better say from Beautiful.
If it's from the show, my favourite one to play is "We Got to Get Out of This Place." It's a full like boogie woogie. When you come and see it, you'll understand why I enjoy playing this one.
Okay.
I've really hammered the piano. Like that piano doesn't survive.
Woo.
Doesn't survive, definitely.
Must see, love it. Motivational song before you start a show. So when you're getting ready for a show, is there something that you put on? You're
I tend to have quite a quiet dressing room because I like to focus about the music.
Focus.
But our dance captain Dylan, when we're doing our physical warm up, he plays some absolute bangers like R&B across the ages. And they really get you pumped up. Yeah,
90s R&B.
He's like R&B from like 60s right up into the modern day, and he's got some good taste in music. Is that boy, for sure.
We're loving Dylan.
Yeah.
We need Dylan on the show. And driving song. Is there a song that you put on full blast down the motorway?
Life is a Highway, Rascal Flatts. That's great. Any Way You Want It.
That's a good
Journey.
one.
They're the two. And I mean, it's a bit cliche, but The Chain, Fleetwood Mac. You've got to imagine you're in the F1, haven't you?
You got to imagine it. Love it. And favourite current artist in the charts at the moment? I'm so old school because I like all the old stuff.
Yeah, I do listen to a lot of the old stuff. And I'm trying to educate my kids in like old school cool music. But current artist, although she hasn't released an album recently, I'm a big Instagram follower. Jessie J, her vocals are unbelievable. I wish she would bring out an album, but I know she's doing a lot of touring, isn't she, at the moment? I think she's in America a lot.
I think she is, yeah. I do like her sort of oldish stuff, like Price Tag and stuff.
Maybe we should try and do a collab on some beautiful stuff. Jessie, if you're listening or watching, hit me up.
She's definitely watching, Dan. I've just got this feeling she's watching right now. And favourite song we've already said favourite song from Beautiful.
Well,
so
no, but that's different. My favourite song.
Oh, okay.
My favourite song is definitely "Natural Woman." That song is. I mean, it's the one I think most people will know Carole King's, but it's just an absolute joy every day. And the Aretha Franklin doing the one at the Kennedy Centre is just the absolute best ever.
Yeah, I can imagine. And here I have the most important question to last. A favourite thing to eat after a show?
I think
this is an important question
it's
to me.
probably going to have to be a Nando's, isn't it? I think it would be
Is
a
it still open in Southampton when you finish? We'll have to find out for you.
We'll find out. Give me a black card, Nando's.
I've interviewed a couple of performers and they've all said Nando's or Maccadee's or pizza.
You just want something high.
You guys must be exhausted and starving,
yeah,
right?
high carb, high protein. Get it in quick and easy. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Good answer. Well, we're going to go into one of my favourites, So Far Away. I love this song.
So far away.
Oh, Dan, we've come to the end now, but we have loved chatting to you, not only about Nando's, but about Beautiful the Musical, which we cannot wait to see. We're going to put details on the screen below because you are going everywhere in the UK. It's too long to read out, but it's quite a long tour, isn't it?
It is. It's got a little break in the middle for summer holes, but we're all the way to the end of November. So got to come and see it. Everyone's got to come and see it. It'll be a great evening. I promise.
Yeah, I promise too, because I have seen it 3 times. It's now going to be my 4th time with a new version. And if you love the songs on tonight's show, then you are definitely going to love it. So please book your tickets. But Dan, I know you just had a little one as well, haven't you? So thank you so much for taking the time out. You must be exhausted.
No worries. Sleep is a dream. It's a pipe dream at the moment. But hey, we live and move, don't we?
Exactly. exactly. You're professionals. You keep going. But we're going to
Absolutely.
play it out on the show, a Carole King medley now. But Dan, thank you so much. This has been such a joy because we love hearing what goes on behind the theatre, and you've given us such a good insight. So thank you so much.
No, thank you for inviting me on and asking such brilliant questions.
Give me that fiver later. It's Dan de Cruz, everyone.
Thank you.
Huge thank you, Dan de Cruz, for being such a great guest on tonight's show. And thank you to you at home for your support. It's really appreciated. Thank you. Now, I will see you same time, same place next week. We're going to leave you with a Carole King medley, and I'll see you then.
I know